During the first wave of the pandemic, the COVID-19 virus hit federally run prisons worse than provincial ones. In the second wave, provincial jails are hardest hit, and lawyers say the solutions being applied edge on cruel and unusual. There are over 100 confirmed cases of COVID-19 at the Bordeaux jail on the island of Montreal, which houses a number of Mohawk detainees. The St. Jerome jail, which houses a significant Inuit population, has over a dozen cases. A lawyer representing some of these First Nations and Inuit clients says current conditions are deplorable.
They feel that they're treating, a lot of them, they are treated like dogs. Most of my clients, the majority, have been contaminated by COVID already. There are two in a small cell, locked about 24 and 24, with not very much access to showers. Some of my clients were locked down for about 28 days.
J'étais propriétaire d'une ferme de légumes biologiques, puis ma grange était plus propre qu'à la prison secteur C, le secteur E de Bordeaux.
If you don't believe it, this man, a former Bordeaux inmate who contracted COVID-19 during the lockdown, will confirm.
Là, ils nous ont donné une douche de 3 minutes. Ils nous ont renfermés dans une cellule. Là, on est tombé en une cellule double. J'ai fait un autre 14 jours dans cette cellule-là, 24 sur 24, encore là, pas de douche. Là, faut pas oublier, là, ça va faire pas loin de 20 jours. C'est le même linge, là, j'ai plus de linge propre.
Gaulmier says inmates receive zero stimulation. Books are banned. They sometimes have radio or brief access to a cell phone, but not cleaning products like during the first wave. Human rights groups say Quebec should have learned from its mistakes the first time around. But Quebec's public security ministry says they're doing their share. Jail visits have been on hold almost a year. They say they've expedited release or assigned house arrest to inmates over 65 or inmates considered low risk to reoffend. But Gaulmier says the process isn't as simple as stated. Instead, she suggests prioritizing inmates for vaccination. But in an email to APTN, Quebec's public health ministry states there have been no changes to the planned vaccine rollout. Quote, "We've repeated this since the beginning. Vaccinations depend on the doses received in Quebec. Quebec remains dependent on the number of doses received from the federal government, since the latter is responsible for the supply of the vaccine to the provinces and territories. Provincial inmates are currently among the last groups who will receive the vaccine, despite being high risk. Advocates maintain, despite there being so many cases, there are still too few compassionate solutions." Lindsay Richardson, APTN National News, Montreal.